All right, so we've done a couple long division problems. Now we're going to look at a shortcut here. You've seen how long and tedious some of these problems can be. Now, these problems can only be applied when your divisor, which is this one here, is in the format of x minus k. So we call this a linear binomial right here. So if you've got x squared, x cubed, anything higher than the first degree, you can't do synthetic division. So again, I want to stress that very much. Now, remember, k is going to equal whatever your amount is right here. And this is one of those funny problems. Like, think back to like your vertex in quadratics. Because your form is x minus k, your k value is going to have the opposite of this sign. So right now it's x minus 3, so k would equal 3. This is going to make more sense when I start showing you synthetic division, but again, synthetic division only works when your divisor is in this format, so k is a constant, and for your k value, always just take the opposite of this sign. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up synthetic division right now. So what we're going to do first is write the coefficients of the dividend, which is this number right here. We're going to write them in descending exponents. Now, just like we had to do with long division, if there's any missing terms, we're going to write them in a 0 for them. So in this case, we're missing x to the first power. So we're writing a 0 in for x. Now, like I said, because the divisor is x minus 3, we're going to use k equals 3. So I'm going to write that back up here just for you guys to see. So we use this when x minus k, and because k is negative, we're going to do k equals 3. Okay? Now, what we're going to be doing right here is we're going to write the k value to the left. You always write this little, kind of rotated backwards L right here. This is going to help us keep track of all the adding and multiplication that we're going to do. So this is going to make more sense after you do a bunch of problems like this. But for right now, just follow the pattern and you're going to see the answers work out, and you're going to see how amazing it is when your divisor is linear like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and work through the problems. Now, remember, these values are just the coefficients of your dividend. So we got -1, 4, 0, because x to the first is missing, and 9. Now, what you're going to want to do first is you're going to bring down the leading coefficient. So -1 here is the leading coefficient. You're going to bring that down and write it underneath your rotated backwards L. Now, you are going to multiply the leading coefficients by k value. So 3 times -1 is -3. You're going to take that and write it underneath the next coefficient. So again, bring down the leading coefficient, multiply that by k, write the answer up here. Now, you just keep going through this process over and over. We're going to do 4 plus -3, which is 1. Next thing you're going to see is 3 times 1 is 3. So we're going to write that up here. Add 0 to 3. You're going to write 3 here. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. So we're going to repeat that process like I just went through over and over. So this shows you what I just said again. So bring down the leading coefficient. 3 times -1, -3. 4 plus -3 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Now, this is where you're going to get the solution right here. we know that our quotient is going to be something to the second power because we're dividing x cubed by x. So to turn x into x cubed, it's going to have to be x squared. So all we do here is these are the coefficients of our quotient right here. So we're going to be negative 1 times x squared plus, we have a 1 here, so it's going to be plus 1 times x. We have a 3 here, it's going to be plus 3. And this means we have a remainder here. So it's going to be plus 18 over whatever our divisor was, x minus 3. Now, this process works every single time. You can imagine, if we don't have a remainder, this value should equal 0. Okay? I'm just going to let this problem sink in a little bit. If you have any questions, just rewatch this again, because this is the process for all division problems when our divisor is linear, which means it's just x plus or minus a value. Remember, to get your k value, just take the opposite of this sign. If you have any missing exponents, you just fill them in with zeros.